Greetings. My name is Kari Lenander, and I serve as Executive Director of Border Servant Corps, a ministry partner of the Southeastern Minnesota Synod. This is a story of two sisters, mothers, and aunts, two sons, cousins, and nephews, 3 countries, and 1 global community. Maria and Marta are sisters from an indigenous community in Guatemala, part of the Northern Triangle in Central America. The sisters are in their late 20s and have sons about the same age. Edwin is 8 and Andres is 9. The boys love their family, their community, and soccer. For years, Maria, Marta, and their family members have witnessed increased gang violence in their community, violence that, depending on who you ask, their government is either unwilling or unable to control. Regardless, violence is present, and both Edwin and Andres are coming to an age where their mothers anticipate they will be targeted to join the gang. In April of 2019, as Edwin and Andres are in math class, gang members enter the school, killing their teacher and some of their classmates on the spot. The gang demands that the remaining boys join the gang. The members will return at a later date to collect the boys. When Edwin and Andres return home later that day, their mothers hear about the gang's activity and the additional threat that if they do not comply, the gang will start killing the boys' family members. That evening, in the middle of the night, Maria, Marta, Edwin, and Andres flee the only home they have ever known, each carrying a backpack, no more. It takes the family 4 months to reach the southern border of the United States. They travel for a short bit, then stop to work in communities along the way, saving money to pay for the next portion of their travel. Sometimes they get rides, but mostly they walk. In August of 2019, Maria, Marta, Edwin, and Andres arrive in Ciudad Juarez, a border city with El Paso, Texas. In downtown Juarez, the family waits in line to walk across the port of entry into the United States. Halfway over the bridge, the Rio Grande riverbed below, and the U.S. and Mexico flags above, they approach the U.S. Customs officer and ask for asylum. The family steps over the invisible line into the United States, walks down the bridge, and enters an office. 3 days later, Maria and Edwin are dropped off by immigration officials at an Amparo-affiliated hospitality center in New Mexico. They are welcomed by volunteers who explain that they are in a safe place, where all of their basic needs will be cared for, and that they'll be on their way to their sponsor in less than 48 hours. Maria and Edwin are provided with food and water. They shower, receive clean clothing and medical attention. They select their beds and study a map of the world, noting how far they have traveled already and how much they have left to go. Then Maria and Edwin get a chance to call their U.S. sponsor, Maria and Marta's sister Esther, who lives in Florida and who has told immigration officials she will care for her family during their immigration process. Throughout the call, Maria's expression visibly changes from anticipation to confusion to fear, and finally ends in anguish. Maria is so distraught she cannot finish the call and sets the phone on the table. A volunteer completes the travel arrangements and ends the call. After the call, Maria sits at the table crying, Edwin and the volunteer remaining quietly, patiently by her side. After a time, she looks up and explains, Esther, my sister, your tia in Florida, heard from Marta and Andres. They are in Juarez. I don't understand. We were standing right next to each other in line at the bridge. We're the same. Why are we here and they are there? She doesn't know anyone in Juarez, and we're supposed to go to Florida? How can we go to one sister, one tia, and leave the other? How can we leave your cousin, Andres, in a place they don't know, without food or money or family? The family later learns that, though Maria, Marta, and their sons have the same background, no migration or criminal history, by happenstance they were each processed by different officers. Maria and Edwin by an officer that allowed them to be released to their sponsor in the United States while awaiting their immigration court hearing. Marta and Andres by an officer implementing the new migrant protection protocols, with a court date set for the future, but a requirement to wait in Mexico throughout the proceedings, crossing to El Paso for each hearing. Maria and Edwin have since reunited with Esther in Florida and begun to acquaint themselves with life in the United States while they continue to wait for their first court hearing. They are grateful that they live in safety, grateful for the hospitality of family, grateful for their immigration lawyer, grateful for the result of their experience with their immigration officer. Yet they also feel guilty because Marta and Andres, simply because they were processed by a different immigration officer, face a very different reality. For more than a year, Marta and Andres have been living in a shelter in Ciudad Juarez, an unfamiliar city in an unfamiliar country, totally dependent on churches, nonprofits, and government entities to meet their basic needs as they wait to seek safety in the United States. Their situation is tenuous, uncertain, and sometimes dangerous, and they live in gratitude for the hospitality of strangers as they wait, in deep hope, to seek safety and community in the United States. Through 40 Together, you, the people of the Southeastern Minnesota Synod, are making a direct impact in the lives of asylum-seeking families like Maria, Edwin, Marta, and Andres by simply giving $1 per member over these 40 days of Lent. Thank you for your prayers, your partnership, and your financial generosity. Thanks be to God.